On this episode of Danswers, I read a question online that made me so upset I had to go down a multi-day path that culminated in me doing the unthinkable, reading a book. But before we get into the question that was asked, let me ask you one. Are you stupid? That kind of sounds like the beginning of a really insane used car lot commercial. Hey, are you stupid? Do you need a car? Well, come on down to Dumb Danny's Auto Lot. We exclusively sell the new Ford Bronco. 200% down, bad credit required, and we will steal your personal information and sell it on the dark web. But it's an interesting question to examine. Are you stupid? Some people think they're stupid, when actually they're pretty intelligent. And some people think they're intelligent, when really they're stupid. They're very stupid. They're very, very earth-shatteringly evil-style stupid. On this episode of Danswers, I'm doing a deep dive into a question that was posed by someone who thinks they come off as stupid. How do I seem less stupid to people? I have a stupidness vibe people easily pick up on. I try not to open my mouth, but when I do, it's immediately obvious. I'm hoping to fix my stupidity by reading more books and picking up more intellectual hobbies, but that doesn't change that the way I present myself is an obvious giveaway. What should I be keeping in mind when interacting with others to make me seem less stupid? I find that people are less forgiving with first impressions than one might hope. First of all, a stupidness vibe? Unless you're walking around wearing a barrel as overalls, I don't think that you're giving as much of a stupidness vibe as you think you might be. And if you are walking around wearing a barrel as overalls, let me just say, that's kind of a vibe, dude. I don't know if you saw pictures from the 2024 Met Gala Hunger Games, but a barrel as overalls would be one of the least stupid things worn there. But this person has a goal. They want to give the impression that they are more intelligent, and their way of doing that is by reading more books and picking up intellectual hobbies. Now, those are both good things at face value. Reading books is great, depending on the book. And intellectual hobbies are great. My intellectual hobby is poker, because if you call it an intellectual hobby, other people cannot call it a problem. I play poker at casinos a lot, and it's one of the few games that requires high-level reasoning and high-level mathematics, while the guy next to you is watching pornography on his phone. I'm going to use poker here as my first example to demonstrate the point of this video. Enter Phil Hellmuth.
So brutal, what a day.
Phil Hellmuth is a god of poker and has a genius understanding of the game.
What the is going on here? The bad players just call with bottom pair.
His career winnings are over $17 million, and he's cashed at over 200 tournaments. This guy has a brain for poker. What he does not have a brain for is social intelligence.
Moron, mother.
This guy blows up like an aircraft made by Boeing. Just kidding, I am just kidding. Boeing, I want you to know I am just kidding. This poses the question, how can someone who is so good at deductive reasoning be so bad at emotional intelligence? That is one of the questions posed in David Robinson's book, The Intelligence Trap. That's right, I read a book. And you know what that means. I have to subject everyone in my entire life to every single piece of information I have retained from that book. No one is safe. No one can stop me. The book explores why very intelligent people can be very susceptible to stupid ideas. You see, we expect people who are good at one thing to be good at everything else. That's why we listened to Tom Brady when he told us to invest in cryptocurrency. Then when that cryptocurrency crashed faster than Bill Belichick's reputation after Tom Brady left, we were left wondering, how can someone be so good at football and so bad at crypto? David Robinson proposes that people who are very intelligent in certain fields have blind spots in other fields because they give themselves a little bit too much credit when it comes to their own smarts. We see intelligence and rationality as the same thing, but often they're very different. In fact, intelligence can be used to rationalize incredibly bad ideas. That's why a musical genius like Kanye West can rationalize his idiotic anti-Semitism. Or a chess genius like Bobby Fischer can rationalize his idiotic anti-Semitism. I'm not Jewish, but I feel like one of the hardest things about being Jewish is you become the object of fascination for people when they hit the rock bottom of their mental breakdowns. Like, I'm Irish and I have never had to deal with that. No one has a mental breakdown and goes, and you know who's causing all the world's problems? The dirty, dirty Irish. They're using the Blarney Stone to control the weather. There's a phenomenon known as the Nobel disease where people who win the Nobel Prize will later embrace really erratic, erroneous ideas. And one of the reasons for that is if you're a genius in one field, you're more likely to just expect yourself to be a genius in other fields. And when people give you sound evidence to the contrary of your beliefs, you're able to immediately rationalize your beliefs instead of being humble and taking their information. I say this to say that intellect alone is not something to strive for. Everyone wants to be a genius like Howard Hughes until it's time to collect your piss in jars. This generation is so lazy. Why are millennials always like, I can't afford a house, I'm too good to collect my piss in jars? But why do we strive for intellectual intelligence? I think it starts with the beautiful, flawless education system we have in this country, where we take 40 separate children with very different needs and put them in one classroom. Take an overwhelmed, overworked educator, put them in front of those children, and pay them $17 in nickels. Then we tell them, hey, give it your best shot. You're a hero to us. Then we're surprised when kids grow up to be a little funky. Because our school system is so big and underfunded, we rely on generalized testing to decide where kids are in certain subjects. To be good at test taking, intellect is required, so we overweigh intellect when we consider someone's overall intelligence. So going back to the original question, how do I seem less stupid to people? I think at the core of that question is a desire to be liked by people. I don't think that striving for intellect is a bad thing, but if people are judging you on surface qualities that harshly, do you want those people to like you? And also, in the grand scheme of things, when we are trying to connect with others, how important is being smart really? Let me give you a hypothetical here. You are planning a night out and you want to surround yourself with friends who will have fun, have a good time, and make you feel wonderful. Do you go through the contacts in your phone and go, who are my most intelligent friends? No. You scroll through your contacts until you find Clark. Is Clark the most intelligent person in the world? You don't really know. You want to know why? You only see Clark when you are 8 to 12 Zimas deep, but Clark knows how to have a good time. I propose that to have a good time, you need to be a little dumb. You need to shut off the higher reasoning portions of your brain for just a little bit. We have fallen out of touch with this fact, which is why, in the forefront of American culture, there are many fake egghead intellectuals. When we want to be liked by others, increasing our intelligence will not take us very far. You know what you should increase? Your capacity for joy, your ability to listen, your neuroplasticity, your ability to take in new ideas. This is what people like. I know this because I have been very, very bad at all of those things. I have talked over people. I have tried impressing people with my ability to retain knowledge, and I have gotten into arguments with others to show them just how smart I am. But when you're an adult, do you know what your prize is for winning an argument? It's everybody walking away from you. I am not saying things like reading and increasing your intellect are bad, but if you want people to stop thinking you're stupid, you know what the best thing you can do is? Listen. Listening doesn't require you've read every big book there is, but it does require something perhaps even more difficult. Shutting off the part of your brain that's focused on yourself and turning on the part of your brain that focuses on other people. Get your head out of the classroom, forget about Miss McKean bringing you in front of the class and making fun of you for not being able to spell the word apricot, and listen to the people in front of you. We don't get grades anymore. We're grown-ups. That doesn't mean you should stop learning, but it means that you should focus on a lot of other things as well. In closing, to fight the intelligence trap, what we need to do is question our own assumptions. That takes a very important kind of intelligence that is spoken about less. Wisdom. My friend Clark might not know what year every war happened, but you know what he is? Wise, because he knows how to have a good time. Integrate a broader definition of intelligence into your life. It will help you judge people less and help you judge yourself less. That is my advice to this person, and that is this week's episode of Danswers. I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe, please like the video, and comment if you think I am right or wrong.